everyone. Welcome back to It All Happens on Game Night. I am your GM voice, also known as Paul, with the three of my four players. As you guys all may notice, we do not have Eats playing Spurbod uh, for reasons. Not very serious reasons, but reasons serious enough for them to need to take a moment to themselves.
Yes, and I certainly hope that goes well for Splurbod, or rather Eatsley. But we'll pick up with Splurbod at some point in the pretty near future.
Here's hoping.
Yeah, here's hoping that they're able to survive by themselves.
Uh,
But the show must go on, and we'll try to put on a good one.
Yeah.
uh,
As for us, I think we're about to escape the Shadow Realm. I hope.
uh, Sure, maybe. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Anyway, we because it has been over a month since we last played because of Gen Con, which was a very fun time. Uh, we have left off as the party has gone through the astral plane, being led by a bugbear military man called Veer. They were led to a place called Wydim, and so after being escorted there and after Spurbod, in theory, has made the ultimate sacrifice, though who knows what's happened to the frogman yet, with, being chased by a minotaur. Fun times. The party has essentially set up camp, essentially making signs, making sure that if Spurbod does run by the Wydim Collection Corporation, that they're going to be led, that they're going to head over there in that direction. And as they're resting, along with the random NPC that they rescued, Grimmel Delanin, this beautiful man with his very beautiful stats. They also ran into Melanie, a fellow survivor from Tenderly that Referami he had a big hand in helping out. As
So
such,
glad Melanie made it.
hmm?
So glad Melanie made it.
I am too. You can't keep an intrepid reporter down.
That was not the reporter. That was Miss Yothana.
It's not. Oh, rip.
This was the engineer at the Dias, the mouse folk.
You're right.
It
I
has been.
Yeah,
forgot.
you're thinking of the elf that
Yeah, I
Zayas
was.
helped out.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
sure I've earned it. Whatever, it's unimportant.
I can't believe you forgot. It's only been a couple of months.
no forgiveness, no regrets.
I'm being,
Any
yeah, whatever.
anyway, we come back to session 17. Triple I and I. As you
Yes,
guys,
indeed.
as we come back to the situation, as you guys are in this essentially this dark stoned room. You guys have shut the door. Just you know, you don't want any of those hellish creatures to come in. And the silence between the five of you is a little bit deafening. Uh, is there any conversation you guys wish to have as you guys wait around?
I think Carthon has said everything he wanted to say last time involving waiting for Splurbod, saving Splurbod. We had this conversation already. Um,
Yeah.
and I don't really know if there's much else to say.
I think we're all just patiently waiting, hoping that Splurbrod will be able to make it to us before we blip out of here.
Yeah. Just waiting and trying not to feel like shit about this situation.
Seconded.
And as
I
you,
imagine that Kalius is sorry, you go ahead. You sorry.
no, you can go.
I was just gonna say that I imagine Kalius is looking pretty miserable about this. Definitely not gonna help with the whole survivor's guilt.
What? No. Well, it takes a little bit of time, but eventually, you guys begin to hear a something whirring on the walls, and you see lights. Light blue begins to get drawn on the walls and the ceiling.
That is that is kind of concerning.
And then you hear.
Honestly,
Hmm?
Oh, well, I don't think Carthon's that concerned. It could be the teleportation thing charging up. Yeah, it's probably that.
And then you hear a very loud click from the door, as if making sure it's absolutely locked.
Immediately, weapon to hand, prepared for anything that might jump out at us.
And as you do, Melanie brings her head up from your shoulder and immediately pulls out her gun. Like, what's going on?
I'm with the big guy, drawing one of my daggers, since I'm sure this guy has the other one, and in the other hand, gathering up some holy magic.
And so the only one calm about this is Carthon. As
I think the fighter has achieved peace. But we'll see.
I mean, Parabellum, you know, if you if you
I
want to,
mean, to be fair, we haven't heard a peep out of Splurbrod either.
touche. And as you guys have your weapons ready, magic's ready. The lights shine, and you don't necessarily see an effect. And I'm not sure, Referami, do you have detect? Does anybody have detect magic up right now?
Nope.
I don't have
I
detect
don't even
magic,
have that
so
spell.
Powerful,
Yeah, I don't either because I'm a fighter.
powerful. Anyway, you guys take a moment and like just keeping your eye out. And eventually, you hear a click. And then something you haven't heard in a while. You begin to hear other people in the distance. And with a little jingle of a key, you hear the door open and just like, this. If somebody is in there, this is the Wydim Collections Corporation. And like just the most unenthusiastic voice you've ever heard.
Relatable.
Do you say that?
No, no, that's no. I was responding to least enthusiastic voice you've ever heard, which is out of character. Unless he's saying that he is the most
he no.
unenthusiastic voice I've
Uh,
ever heard, which would probably be true as well.
I'm describing it as a GM, but they are just super
Yes, I
bored.
know.
Anyway,
So, can I like tell if the room has shifted? Like, have we gone from the astral plane version of the room to the real world version of the room?
it's a little bit hard to tell in here because you didn't really see any of the fog in here. Like, there's not really a
Yeah, I guess of
massive.
course like the windows.
If you want to look through the bars though, or look through the open door, you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
And as you do, uh, you did see the figure of this person beforehand. You see sitting like outside the door. Uh, you see a tiefling who's just like slunched over on a chair, elbows on their knees, just horrible posture. They seem to have like leather armor on, basic defense equipment, and they seem to have like some sort of item in their hands. As you also see like two other individuals with like modern fashions and accessories begin to walk by and like look into the room, and they just say, "Hey, inquiry, time to earn your keep." And like they look at you guys with a nod as the tiefling like looks up and looks to you guys and like, "Oh, uh, shit." And they like brush off something. Referami Carthon, you both notice that this dude is like just brushing off crumbs. Uh, Probably from eating and just being a little bit of a slob. You guys will be very
On the
happy.
job.
You guys will be very happy to know that
How
Can we
we
there's.
recognize
respond
them?
to it.
You guys will be very happy to know that there's now a cat in the room.
And it's not like an evil demon cat or whatever. It's just a regular animal.
No, like in my room currently, he's in my lap.
IRL.
IRL.
Oh, I thought you meant in the game a cat walked in. All right. Okay, fair enough.
No, it's just a cat with a case of the orange.
Is it Garfield? Is Garfield in this game now? I'm being a little too silly. Hi, Fritz.
For those who do not know, there is a cat in my life, and he is very adorable. Anyway, he will be on my lap until he does not want to be in my lap anymore. Anyway, the tiefling comes on up, and they have like a little bit of a ponytail. They have it. They do have like a corporate symbol, a W surrounded by a circle. As they come up to all of you and like, well, um, I didn't expect. I, I don't know what I expected. Um,
To be fair, neither did we.
I hmm. Well, welcome. Well, let me try that again. Welcome to the Wydim Collections Corporation. You have just came through our extra dimensional uh, adjacency portal, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Designed to pick up individuals from the Feywild, the Shadowfell, and the Astral Planes. Um,
Uh, does this happen often?
well, I've only been assigned here for like 2 months, and you guys are the first people to come through here.
Oh
I
dang! Out of character. That guy must not save as many people as I thought he did. what's his name? You know who I mean?
Fair.
Veer, yeah, that guy. Well, out of character, this probably isn't important. Were we in the astral plane or the ethereal plane?
I'm sorry.
Because on the game session it says ethereal plane
It does. It is the ethereal plane. You guys were in the
and
ethereal
not the
plane,
astral plane.
and just like, but yeah.
Okay.
During my time here, working here these past 2 months, I've not had anybody come through during the day. Um, I'm sorry.
I can't.
I'm gonna need to take some details. Can I?
Yeah, that's fine. Uh, I think Carthon is going to interrupt him. And say, look, we're from the material plane. We're not like shapeshifters or like from another dimension or anything. Look, we one of our friends has been left behind. We couldn't find him. Is there any way we could like go back to where we were and like bring a whole bunch of guards and try to help him?
I I- I- they look at you with a little bit caught off guard and a little bit not necessarily uncomfortable, but a little bit. They give you the look of I don't know, and they immediately follow that look up with I will talk to someone about that. I I'm
All right. And out of character, I will not follow up on this because I know it won't lead to anything, and that's
Hey,
fine.
hey, Carthon. This is probably above the kid's pay grade. Let's just worry about getting out of here, and once we're back safe in the normal world, we could talk to their manager or something.
First of all,
By the
okay,
way,
I
kid, you're doing
agree with that.
great.
Second of all, I think we are in the normal world.
Yes, you are in the prime material plane. Um, I just need to get some details and like he looks at you and like and don't worry about. I'm not worried too much about you guys being monsters because this room does not allow monsters through. Uh,
Oh, well,
so
that's convenient. I guess that answered my other question of how do you
Can they
make
still
sure that
get
you're.
into the room
I mean
on the other end?
they in theory could, but well, why would a monster stay in that room? The lights, it's purposely designed to make monsters uncomfortable to stay in that room.
But if our friend was being chased by one of those and he ran into the room, would it be able to chase him into the room?
If they shut the door, they should be fine. Unless that monster can pick locks.
Well,
Well,
you don't
there's at least
exactly need to
that.
pick a lock when you're 15 feet tall and almost 1,000 pounds of pure muscle.
And able to phase through walls.
That too. Listen, like I said, we'll deal with that once we've had a bit of a rest and not bugging a kid who this is way beyond his
Yeah.
pay grade.
I
Again, you're doing awesome.
I mean, this is the first thing. This is the first productive thing I've done in 2 months. So, and like they've been taking notes the entire time. I'm just
All right, so what questions do you have to ask us so we could actually step out of this room and grab a coffee or something?
uh
Yeah.
well, just names and personally, I would like to know what the hell happened. And if you do want us to pay for coffee, we can pay for coffee because I imagine there's a damn good reason why you guys have through a portal, especially our portal.
Well, short version, we went to investigate something at the tabloid place. We got tricked. Some people tried to kill us.
Which
Found out we were stuck in that hellhole. and some creepy guy named Veer helped us out here to find this room.
They take the notes and like do a dot and just and what tabloid? Because there's like 50 of them here in Uven.
Out of character, give me a sec to go to the community notes.
Hey yo. And if you need a reminder on like the role of Wydim, if you want to make either a culture, yeah, probably a culture check or a history. If you need a reminder on Wydim.
Okay.
Can we all make this check?
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Okay, I found the name, the Will Launch
portable.
Repository, and I will make that culture check.
Culture or history. I'm proficient in either. I'll go with history to recall stuff I already know.
Am I still doing this at disadvantage because I have a strife?
Yes. At this point, the
Got it.
adrenaline has faded, and you are. Wait, hold up. Let me check something. Yeah, you do have disadvantage. I do apologize.
Got it. Just making sure, because I still see that I have a level of strife and fatigue.
Oh,
Was
really
meant to
good.
be.
You gotta love when the dice have the same number. Unless it's advantage, you roll poorly.
Uh, here's what I'm gonna say. Carthon and Kalias, you guys are both able to recognize and remember that Wydim Collection Corporation. This was a point of interest that you've been informed about. This is a major information gathering place. Deals specifically with personal investigations. Uh, a lot of professional detectives, inquisitors that are not tied to the government apply their trade here. In fact, there's probably a lot of detective novels of characters that are said to work at the Wydim Collection Corporation. And
Uh,
to be
that must be fun for them.
yeah, and to be honest, the original like Wydim is probably considered like the Sherlock Holmes of this universe. Uh,
Got it. And
and furthermore,
they are also one of the people not investigating the fall of the ring for some reason.
yes, that is a key point that they're not devoting any resources to investigating the fall of the first ring. Uh, and Kalius, you because you rolled really high, this individual, this inquiry individual, they are dressed as like they are dressed like an investigator. They they do not seem like they're dressed to be a guard here. It it makes you get the feeling that maybe this is some sort of punishment for them.
So what? They have the trench coat, the fedora,
Not the
the
fedora,
button down shirt.
uh, though definitely like a maybe like a in a more fashionable version of a trench coat.
So basically, they look like Castiel from Supernatural,
I have
but as a
no
tiefling.
I have no idea.
I'm gonna say, give me a sec.
No, but they are in fact a tiefling, and they did genuinely look because of how bored they sounded upon meeting them.
I sent you who Castiel was. Well, yeah,
Looks like Constantine. Anyway,
yeah,
I
yeah.
still I still cannot believe Constantine crossed over with Supernatural.
Wait, that I'll
I
have to
can't.
ask my sister about that.
I can't believe a crossover with Scooby Doo.
Wait,
I
Supernatural
mean, to
crossover
be
with
fair, Supernatural was
They
on the
did a
CW,
Really,
who
you
yeah.
used to have a stake in DC, so I'm not that surprised that Constantine had a crossover. Then Constantine is, one of the magic users for DC, and they do dimension hopping.
anyway.
Yes, to answer your question,
Mhm.
Paul, there was a crossover between Scooby-Doo and Supernatural. It was called Scooby Natural. The Supernatural guys go into the cartoon of Scooby-Doo. Like Fred says the F word. It's incredible. It's the only episode of Supernatural I've ever seen. Also, there
Dean
probably
gets
is a
on.
crossover between Scooby-Doo and Constantine because they're both under the Warner Brothers umbrella, and DC and Scooby-Doo have met several times before. I would guess
Mhm.
Constantine is part of that. I don't know though.
Anyway,
Anyway,
so yeah, Inquiry. You know, after just is taking down notes of like very quickly in their notepad about like Veer. Uh, you guys have got kidnapped by a tabloid. You have not elaborated which one. Also, by the way, did you guys have any further
Oh,
questions? Do you guys?
Whale Lounge. The assholes at Whale Lounge.
They nod their head and like I. Some of the things I've read, um, they like do a little bit of a tisk tisk. I I still can't believe my sister reads them. Anyway, uh, and you said you were rescued by this Veer person. What do you mean? In like, Melanie speaks up like, I was led to this place by a individual called Mally, and I didn't. I was separate. I didn't meet this Veer person. And then she begins to speak of uh, of her experience. She went to the Helios International Collective to research the blueprints of the first ring with her sister, and she goes into detail about uh, she was working she was working in a private room with like waiting for more blueprints, and as she was working, she and her sister were teleported into the ethereal plane.
and again, she was also trying to research this what we are researching or something similar.
We were
All the
also
first ring.
looking into things involving the fall of the first ring, though more looking into those who are researching the incident and those who are not.
Well,
Apparently, we must have tipped and pissed off the wrong person because, again, we were led into a room, supposedly at the same time by the same person. Some people tried to kill us, and then we found ourselves in that hellhole.
Yeah,
okay.
the smokers, whatever they're called.
I believe I've heard a report of smoky individuals before. I believe the term for them is called posers.
Yep, that's what they're called.
Definitely wasn't an idea from one of my players. Uh, as they take down a few more notes and just, well, I'm not surprised that something is afoot here. Unfortunately, we simply do not have the resources here at the collection because we are we are following up with so many cases, trying to follow up on leads of survivors, and they just shake their head a little bit.
understandable. But also, the reason we're looking into who's reporting and not reporting is because we were there, and the information that these people are spreading or not sharing regarding the incident is not as accurate as it could be, given the information they should have available to them. Which is why we went to the Whale Lounge repository.
You figured if anybody has dirt on why more respectable places who have the resources to look into this aren't, it'll be dumbasses like them.
No, that's a good call.
Well, not good enough, seeing as, we're now here, explaining how we were almost killed.
Brefarame will look to Kaylee to be like, alternatively, perhaps we were on the right track. That's how we ended up there. Because if he hasn't seen anybody else coming through, I'm thinking not a whole lot of people have necessarily been disappeared. But those that are the ones that are getting too close to what they don't want people to know about.
And ain't that concerning in and of itself?
Yeah. Especially if it's happening in more than just one place.
Uh, Carthon, uh, isn't there something you need to do real quick?
Would it be see my dinosaur,
Probably.
or did you have something else in mind?
Uh-huh.
You've been in the astral plane for quite some time, and Rava is still in theory in front of the White Whale Lounge. I'm sorry, yeah, the Whale Lounge.
Yeah. How long have we been in the astral plane? I thought it was just for a few hours.
Yeah, a few hours, but
All right. Okay.
uh,
Honestly, I wasn't that worried, especially because I saw her like while I was on the astral plane, like her echo or ethereal plane. So I knew she hadn't like been killed. But yeah, I mean, if my friends are just busy talking to this guy, yeah, I probably should go check on Rava to make sure she hasn't, she's not like getting heat stroke in the sun or whatever.
fair enough.
So guys, I'll be back in like 10 minutes. I have to check on someone real quick, and then I'll be right back.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You are not going out there by yourself. Out of what just happened to us.
Okay, well, are we done? Are we done with this little interview?
Uh,
I asked the guy
uh,
politely but firmly.
I don't think we have anything else, but if you do need a place to rest, well, I do. We do have a few thin bunks for you guys to rest if you guys need a place to rest discreetly.
I'm gonna ask this guy for his name.
Uh,
My name's Carthon, by the way, and you are.
inquiry.
Yes, yeah, I'm asking you a question about what your name is. That is an inquiry.
Yes, my name is Inquiry.
But who's on first?
Uh, I don't know. I hear they're on third.
All right, okay, all right. I
Who's
get
on
it. I get
second?
it. All right. Okay, I'll write down inquiry is the name of this. What you said he was a tiefling.
Yes, they are a tiefling who seems like an investigator, but yeah, they have a little bit of energy to them as you like they finish up their notes, close their notebook. Well, I know I'm not the receptionist type, but or anyway, I hope you guys didn't struggle too much beyond. And like they look at Melanie, who is just getting a little bit sad, and they stop talking. Welcome back to the plane.
Ref, I guess if you don't mind staying here, I'll go with Carthon to go get Rava.
Yeah, see
If we're not back
if
in 15
Splurabot comes
minutes, just
through.
assume we were hijacked and sent back to the plane or something.
It's okay. I think we know how to get out of there. We can do this as many times as we need,
The
Speed run.
but
uh,
hopefully that doesn't happen.
but by the way, we only run this once a day. It
I
do,
see.
so I do feel bad for your friend, but if they can get there, cough cough, and wait out the day, cough cough, they should be fine. Just
All right. Okay. Well, we'll be out in the open the whole time, so this should be less risky.
and as you
Here's
guys
Is
begin,
this
hoping.
a two-way connection or one-way?
right now it's I believe it's just one way. I'm not an arcanist. I don't know how this thing works. I would have to talk to my boss.
As me and Carthon are leaving this place, I will be casting if after I find out if I'm okay to cast Prestidigitation and Mending, just making us look presentable that we didn't just, fight for our lives just now.
Fair enough. And as you guys are doing that and heading through like the halls, like quite a few people look at you guys as you move through, as like most individuals in these back hallways are like have the Wydim Corporation symbol on them, or they're being led by someone, and they just take note as you head off into the main atrium. Once again, that circular entry chamber with all these offices. Like quite a few people like come to the windows to like look at you guys leave. This definitely is a place of open ears, open eyes, and deep curiosity. And as you walk through the circle, someone runs up behind you of Grimmel, the librarian that somehow survived this entire experience. And they are like, "Hey, Gilius, Carthon, I I remember you guys said you guys were heading back to the repository, but like there's like sort of like point in a few different directions. Like I do I go back? Because I don't know if I want to go back.
Who is this?
This is
He's the
the
person I saved.
this was the person
Oh
this
yeah,
was the person who interviewed, I believe, Spurbot and Kalius before they got attacked and were essentially looped into this mess. Kalius saved them on multiple
Yeah.
occasions.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, that guy. If you're asking if you should go back to the whale repository, man, I don't know. I think it would be safer if you rested even at Wyndham for a little while. They seem on the up and up, and they offered us a place to rest.
You you
I
know
Yeah,
think he's
I don't know
talking
how
about
safe that
going
is.
back to work for them.
I I I
And
honestly agree that I shouldn't go. I'm gonna take a break. This entire experience has been a lot.
yeah, we can tell you what to do there, but at the very least, you could just go back and just pick up any things you might have left there, and I guess either go home or come with us back to here.
I
Unfortunately, the fact that you were with us when all that went down might mean that to some people you're now involved. So if you think you need to lay low, definitely do that.
Yeah,
uh, so you're suggesting they go back, they collect their stuff, and uh, head out and head back to Wyndham. Is that what you're recommending, Kalius?
Either either they basically get their stuff that was left there and just say like had a traumatic experience, I'm going home for the day, and they can either go home, or if they think they'll be more protected, they could come back and rest with us here at God, names. I'm bad with names.
Wydim.
At Wydim.
They
It,
they nod their head. You don't need to roll persuasion on this. They're listening to the person who saved them on multiple occasions. They nod like, okay, then I'll come with you. And well, I wouldn't be the first one to stop coming to work and quite quit. I they hustle along with you guys as you guys begin to move.
again, this you just went through a very traumatic experience. Right now, you're just concerned about getting your stuff and either going home or going someplace you think you'll feel safe in. After you had a night to sleep and eat some good food, after you thought about this, then you can decide what you're gonna do. Again, we can't tell you what to do if you wanna continue working for them or not. That has to be your choice.
Okay.
Yes, I was just talking shit about them out before we got out of that room, but that was just me being angry.
They blink a few times and just I'm they like then they just mentally stumble off and just sigh, and they just continue to follow along with you. Uh, they continue their streak of not being adventuring material as you guys begin to head on to the Whale Lounge. Referami, what are you doing with Melanie?
I'm gonna get her to a place where she can rest comfortably and get her some food and some drink. And
Uh,
I'm guessing because of the situation that she's not gonna want to go anywhere without me or have me leave without her. So I'm not gonna leave her by herself. But I will be asking inquiry if we can talk to somebody higher up about possibly some way to get to the ethereal again in case we need to mount a rescue for our friend.
got it. Uh, you get to you ask inquiry about where to rest, and they lead you uh, right next to the atrium. There is a essentially like a community. Yeah, there's a townhouse. Oh, I'm sorry. What's like a? Okay, I guess the better way to label this would be like a hostel, like a communal hostel with a ton of beds and no privacy. And damn, uh,
It's like those room that cops and firemen sleep in when they're on shift.
A bunkhouse.
uh, and and you they go up to essentially the refrigerator where there's just communal food. They bring a pack of ramen with a plastic cup, or sorry, with a plastic spoon, because God knows they can't afford forks. Uh, and they have like a bottled
All that
like
extra work to carve out the parts that you could use anyways. Why would you do such a thing?
they hand over that and a spoon and a bottle of water. And these beds are made for practicality. For you, Referami, it is there's like only like if you were laying down on these beds, you would be given like almost like 3 inches of like space for your legs, and like 1 inch between you and the next bunk above you.
Is there space on the floor
There is space on the floor, and
next to it? All
and
right. Well,
Melanie is there's more than enough space for Melanie. Uh,
okay. I'll take Melody to one of the beds and let her rest, and I'll just have a seat on the floor next to it.
she doesn't have the room to stand to like lean up or like sit down in this bed, so she sits down with you. Like she looks at the ramen and like pulls a string next to it, and you just see a burst of flame underneath it. And she looks at it and just instant cook. God knows I've had a lot.
The Sterno brand.
Hmm.
That Sterno brand.
No, Brano.
Ah,
It, it's got what we crave about plants.
definitely get those nutrients cooked out so you can better absorb them.
Hmm. Just she just sort of like opens it up and with a spoon as best she can just slurps it up.
I'll take the opportunity to eat some as well, and I'll take a look around the room and see if there's anybody or anything here that particularly catches my attention.
Um, as you're given a jumbo-sized ramen, is there anything in particular you're looking for? Because like there are some interesting things around. It's also important to note that you are the interesting thing around, as a lot of investigators seem to like be rolling out of bed a little bit to see the new additions, giving you a stern look as they go back to sleep, and like other investigators who seem to be doing like investigative note taking, and like a few people have conspiracy tables and like trying to piece together their own personal mysteries.
Okay. Does there appear to be anybody here who is not a member of Wydim? That's not an investigator.
Uh, just looking at for the symbol, the W's, the two W's surrounded by a circle. You note that there's a few people who don't have that symbol, but they seem to be next to someone who does. Maybe a like witnesses giving testimony, or like other experts, or maybe even like a few adventuring parties are cloistered around this.
Okay, I'll make note of that. But primarily, what I'm going to be looking for would be if there's anybody else that might have came through from another plane, like we did, that might still be here. Like that particular person, inquiry said that they haven't seen anybody here in the last 2 months that they've been assigned to it. But I'm also looking to see if there's anybody else that might have came in like right before that, or maybe there's more than just that one connection point that somebody else could have came through. And just kind of keeping an eye on anybody, it just kind of stands out. Like I'm not looking for anything really specific beyond just getting the lay of my surroundings and being aware of anything that might pose a danger or anything that might be related to what we've been dealing with.
And as you're doing that, uh, you see some, you feel something as you turn to look at Melanie, who's just dead ass staring at you. What what are you looking for?
I don't know. Just seeing if we're the only ones or Anybody that might be out of the ordinary. I don't know. I'll just kind of shrug a little bit and just take a couple bites of my noodles.
I I understand. I wish I. He just does another slurp. I didn't fucking realize how dangerous doing this was.
In the words of an old singer, they say that's life. Never quite know how dangerous something's going to be until you do it. But you know what's life without a little excitement, right? Sometimes it's a little more than we intended to get. I just let out a big old sigh and I feel like sometimes it's a lot more.
You know, after we're done here, I would like to go on a trip. I would like to go to some place and not have something terrible happen for just a week. Just a week without something majorly traumatic.
That's understandable. Does sound good. Unfortunately, my line of work does tend to put me into those situations far more often than I think anybody would really like to be. Slurp.
Hey, I mean, I get it. I mean, danger is exciting. And yeah, you're right. I didn't sign up for this, but who else can say that they've survived what I've survived? I mean, you, but and the others,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. The vast majority of everybody out there, though, they're not going to know anything remotely close to what you've been dealing with. Not really. But hey, you survived. Clearly, you were meant to be here.
she looks back at her noodles and does
I think
another.
your role,
Hmm?
I'll say, it looks like your role in the tapestry isn't done either. I'll just kind of put my hand on her shoulder and just kind of give her a little shoulder pat.
She leans
Get back
in.
to eating.
She leans in again, finally letting out a sigh now that you're not surrounded by danger. As we transition to the people looking for the dinosaur, uh, the once again the streets of Uven are pretty bustling, and as you guys are walking through, uh, are you guys just stomping right on up to the front of the whale lounge? Are you guys?
If that's where Rava is, I guess. Unless we want to like sneak up, but I feel like that would be arguably more suspicious. I mean, I don't know exactly where we'd move Rava unless the Wydim has stable as well.
Uh, the I mean, better to at least just get Rava out of that area.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair.
That might just be a good first step.
You know what? I'm gonna try to sneak. It'll be funny.
Uh, do you also want to sneak with them, Kalius? You don't have disadvantage on physical checks yet.
Um.
Or if you
Yeah.
want,
I'll sneak. And are we gonna wait for God names?
Grimmel.
Are yeah, we're gonna wait for Grimmel too, right?
It's fine.
Uh,
Imagine he just needs 5 minutes.
Well, he's slower than us since he's a dwarf.
y-
Actually, I forget if dwarves have 30 feet of movement in this system or if it's 25.
uh,
So yeah, we do have to wait for him.
it's fair enough. I mean, they're probably rushing with you guys before hiding. Yeah, Grimmel, like, as you guys get up, they nod, like, okay, uh, I should be back in a few. I don't have a lot of personal effects, but I do want to get all my, I do want to get all my jerky and all my cheese.
All right, just
All right, fair enough.
They
just-
hustle, they hustle on in, like, go through a set of doors with a purpose. I'm about to make some checks for them.
God, do not panic and stab somebody because Kalius did not take the dagger back yet.
Are we rolling? Cool. I will
No,
roll.
they are.
Good roll.
They are rolling.
Uh, two 19s
Good
and a
rolls.
3.
Uh, they walk out with a box after about a few minutes.
Nice.
They
How do they look?
they eyes straight forward. They are very stiff, extremely stiff, as they are just walking back. They're actually not coming back to the other way that you guys are at. They are going a different. They're going a different path. They walk out of
All
sight.
right. Well, I guess we'll see him there. Anyway, I'll roll stealth now.
Uh,
Yeah.
I mean,
Can I
Kaylee,
also roll insight so I could maybe see how he was feeling?
if you want to, you can try. Kaylee, by the way, you don't have to stealth with Carthon if you don't have an idea on like how to help out Rava. By the way, Rava is still there.
Um,
Oh,
I
good.
I,
Uh,
I was stealth. I'm sticking with them, so I'll be stealthy. But first, let me do the insight second with this dude. Why can I not see his head
Nice.
anymore? Oh,
uh,
22 on
Bro,
that.
22 with disadvantage. That's awesome.
I remember one time getting a crit on disadvantage before. That was really fun. Uh, but yeah, Kalius, you see Grimmel has had to deal with some bad situation they found themselves in, and they did not feel comfortable enough to go back and report back to you guys. Probably because who knows.
All right.
But they definitely did not want to drag you in with what they just experienced.
Okay. Hopefully, if they're going home, hopefully they'll be safe. Or if not, we'll probably meet up on our way back to the other place.
Yep,
All
yep.
right. Let me roll my stealth. 17.
Uh, you both using the crowd get up to Rava, and you notice a few things. Uh, one, there is there's a cuff on around one of Rava's legs, almost like a handcuff. It's not attached to anything.
No, she's been impounded.
Uh, it's not that serious.
A tire boot.
But it is a type of boot. And you also notice that uh, wrapped around very tightly around her neck is on a string, there is a ticket.
Yeah, okay, this is what I was afraid of.
Freaking serious.
Yes. It
Uh,
is.
was 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 there a no parking sign?
No, like this is a place for you to tie animals, and like, however,
So
it it has your Rava, like the ticket itself is like listed as like D, to the owner of this uh, animal, you have 24 hours to remove them from the premises. Else, yada yada yada, pay fines, or your animal will be taken into uh, essentially CPS, but with animals.
okay, all right, that's fine.
Uh,
Yeah, okay, it's just a warning ticket. Okay, well,
uh, they there's also a second piece of paper listing that's essentially listing it as potentially abandoned property by the property owners.
you well, that's not true. I'm not gonna abandon my dinosaur outside some random building.
Uh,
Anyway, but I'm gonna mount Rava, and we're gonna try to sneak out of there. It'll be just a tad more difficult. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna sneak at this point.
yeah, I think stealth is a little bit out the window. And as you guys
Yeah.
like
I
get,
guess the roll.
but yeah, as you get Rava out and you guys begin to like get through the crowd and like a few people like look at you guys and like the typical like holy shit that's a dinosaur, and like Rava is just uh she looks at
Uh,
she
uh
she she looks at you and just gives you the look of I was a you've seen this look before. Can I please have you just make a check to get a read on Rava?
Sure. What kind of check would this be?
Probably animal handling, but you have so many bonuses to interacting with dinosaurs.
Yeah, I don't even know all of them off the top of my head. Okay, animal handling. I got the dinosaur handling proficiency. Let me just check all
oh,
my
if she could
dinosaur
speak the
related
words she could say to you right now.
Okay.
I mean,
Uh, Dino.
if one of you guys want to pick up the right feed, you can talk to Rava.
What feat would that be? I actually think I only get the animal handling proficiency plus the expertise. Anyway, let me just make that. Expertise die. Um, 15.
You can tell in her eyes that she was put in a situation where she wanted to bite someone, but she did not
Oh,
because
well,
she did not because she was patient. And
very good. Good girl. I'll give her something to bite. It's called a carrot, or maybe some
Um,
lettuce.
am I also riding on top of Robert right now, or am I still just walking beside them?
that's your decision, dude.
Rava can, I believe we decided that Rava can take up to one extra person.
I
If
think like
we just want to quickly,
yeah, like two
um,
two people comfortably with like a third person who's like hogtied.
Yeah, so you
if
can
we
ride if
just
you
want
want.
to
I don't
quickly
mind.
get back to the others, I'll probably be riding. Though, since I'm up there and I have a better vantage point, I would like to roll where's perception. See if anybody is paying more attention to us than the typical oglers because hey, a dinosaur. And also want to see if I might be able to spot Grimmel in the crowd as they're walking away as well.
Yeah, sure, go for it.
All right, let's see. This will be the nat one with the disadvantage. 12.
Uh,
I would also like to keep an eye out with the caveat that my passive perception is 19.
Yeah. You if you want to just keep an eye out with passive perception. Honestly, I was gonna just rely on that a little bit. Uh, Man, I freaking love this party viewer. You can also, as honestly, I do need to put Kalius on here. Anyway, can I just put this on here? Yep. Uh, as you guys are heading on back, there are quite a few people looking at you guys and like, most of them are giving you the look of like, hey, that's pretty interesting. That's a dinosaur. But there are a few people in particular. You see a you see that human at the cusp of the door, like stepping out as you guys like are about to head off into your alleyway. You see Haida Heda.
Gesundheit.
The human
Do they
who
look surprised to see?
they have wide eyes and are looking at you guys with a little bit of a smile. And Carthon, you are
Hmm.
able to notice that their hands do a quick reaction. It's not like a clenching of the fist. It is a very quick motion. You're not sure if it's a spell, you're not sure what it is, but it's definitely something quick.
Do I have to make a saving throw?
No, you don't.
Does Rava have to make a saving throw?
No. But if you want to try to identify what it is, I'm willing to give you a chance to try to identify what just happened there because you're the only one who picked up on it.
Okay, I'll do that, and then regardless, I am going to try to hurry up extra fast way. But yeah, I'll make that check first.
Oh,
Arcana maybe.
yeah. If you want to go for Arcana, go for it.
Yeah, I want to see if it's magical in some way. I don't know much about magic. 19.
Ooh.
No more than you think.
There's a reason why there was no. Uh, there's a reason why there was no check needed. Uh, you you probably recognize the hand signal and probably the yeah definitely the somatic components and like some vocal. They have cast something to track you,
Um.
and
Okay.
and I'm
So
and I'm
hide
will
a
and I'm and
hedge
I'm and
is
I'm willing to say that because you did really roll really high on this and and you have high passive perception, you know the target was Rava.
got it. I will. Okay, I will say it appears that there's no saving throw needed, but I will point out that as part of the Dino Rider feature, I have a feature called Spirit Bond Dinosaur, which allows me to designate a spirit bonded dinosaur, which of course is Rava. Specifically, one thing that gives Rava is spell resistance, which is advantage on saving throws against spells. I know this doesn't require a saving throw, but considering she has spell resistance, does she have a chance to shrug this off?
Uh, if you wish, because I do like that you're using this. Uh, if you want to,
And specifically, it only seems to work while I'm riding it, but I'm riding it though, or her.
here's what I'm gonna do. I'm because hmm, I am willing. because of your connection and because you do have this spirit bond, if you want to try akin to like if you want to try to attempt to do an animal handling check to essentially through your connection with Rava dispel this magic, you can try.
I will attempt that. Okay, animal handling. Would this also get an
Uh,
expertise because this would be dinosaur handling?
yes. You.
All right.
I'm not going to give you advantage on this, even though this spell resistance, but I'm giving you the chance, just through the power of friendship.
Okay, we'll see what happens. Um, that is a 15.
I set that as a DC. You with your bond, and given that you caught them on this, Reverend Rava, and like Rava sort of gets wind of like what you're thinking, you both focus, and you sense a slight release. It is Rava taking a piss on the floor, but it's also you get the feeling it's uh, maybe the breaking of magic. You hope it's the breaking of magic.
Okay, that was unsettling. I'm gonna try to I would I know this is kind of crowded, but I would like to, say giddy up Rava and then, just like get on out of here, like start moving at like 1.5 speed. Hopefully not trampling anyone, but I do want to get out of like line of sight with this guy.
It's gonna be really tough going on the streets, but uh, if you're willing to take the time, you do have some good tracking abilities. I'm willing to, if you want to take some time, go in the back roads. I'm willing to let you make a survival check. Uh,
Yeah, okay. I will do that.
uh,
I
I
do have the survival proficiency wayfinding. Does that I don't actually know what that is.
uh, I don't think this would apply here because wayfinding would be like more out in nature, whereas I think
Okay.
I
Yeah.
would I would allow like dungeoneering to help you here to like go through the streets.
Okay, that's fine. I'm still proficient in survival and I'll roll that. Natural
Um,
20.
Jesus fucking Christ.
nice.
So
I'm assuming none of us spotted Grimmel though, right?
I mean, Grimmel fucking left. Fucking left.
Okay.
Uh,
Anyway, I'll roll the critical success table. 6. For 1 minute, you gain the benefits of detect magic against targets related to your check. Okay, so I guess I know that
Oh,
the magic
snap.
was dispelled after all.
yeah, you look down and like you look down and you see like there is magic in that urine, but also
Literally pissed it out.
maybe, uh,
God.
and you look around and like you get a sense of like there is some sort of influence behind you, and you just say fuck it. You go quickly now that you're in the alleyways and left, right. Kalius, you hold on tight because this is a bumpy ride. Uh, and
Is it better or worse than some of the drop ships he was probably in before?
uh, honestly, because there's no seatbelt, worse.
Damn.
Listen, diving to this far quarter is very dangerous. However, because of bureaucracy, they often have seatbelts. It is a law that the government had to pass because too many divers died on entry.
Damn.
No, you're taking away their freedom. They should be able to wear seatbelts, or they shouldn't have to wear seatbelts if they don't want to. Who cares if they die?
The people who love them. Anyway,
Oh,
Some
good
of you
point.
may die, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
and as you guys get back to Wydim. There is actually someone there who, like, as soon as you guys like get to the entrance, they actually a there's a beep and like there's like a rectangle of like marquee lights that apparate that you guys did not notice before. And like people instinctually just move out of the way of that little rectangle. And then you see it opens up, almost like a underground garage.
Hell yeah.
It This is the front entrance to any vehicles the Wydim Corporation has, and they are opening up it up for you for Rava.
So,
Nice.
how many people have driven into the front doors that this is a feature?
You notice that the front door is very tough. And it probably does still have some visible dinks in them.
Oh my god.
As
All right. Well, I'm going to quote unquote drive down there and make sure Rava is all parked.
you do go into the guest parking, which is like immediately to the left and right, and like as someone comes down to like help, like put Rava in a place where she can be like comfortable and lay down. You guys do hear like some like in the distance as the YM employee just looks at you and just, please don't ask.
Oh, was that supposed to be an alarm or like a scream out of character?
Like a weird
I,
noise, maybe like a scream.
Uh,
I,
okay.
I think it was another animal.
Oh, okay. Makes sense, I guess. All right. Well, who is this? Is this inquiry again?
No, different person. Different random YM employee.
All right. Well, I'm gonna thank them for opening the door and generously allowing us to stay here. Just
Uh,
even though they don't know us at all.
uh, well, we've been made aware of your circumstances, and as the seventh person to come through this past week, we should. This is a point of concern.
All right. Well, I'm sorry that you're having to deal with this. I'm sorry I'm having to deal with it too. But it's very kind of you to allow us into your building.
No, it's really no problem, sir.
All right. Well, don't
Um,
worry about taking care of Rava. I mean, unless like mostly don't worry about it. I'll come down here and like feed her hay. I hope you have some like just around.
hey, what do you mean 7 this week?
We've been allowed to tell you that you are individuals 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 that have come through recently.
From the other plane?
Yes.
Wait, who were the first 3?
There, cough, cough. There were 5 of you.
Okay,
That
who were the first two?
I am not personally
Um,
aware, but we have. But if you individuals wish to, if you guys wish to speak, we do have an investigator who would like to speak to you guys after you guys have taken a rest.
that might be best, especially with some maybe it's just my gut feeling or maybe I'm being paranoid, but that Haida fellow from the Whale Lounge is giving me bad vibes.
I understand.
Yeah.
And like it
Well,
just get
considering how much you've helped us, I'd be happy to provide an interview as long as it stays in house. And honestly, I think we've kind of hit a dead end in our research anyway, at least for now.
they nod and just and they essentially give you a card, and it is named. It is of an office within the Wydim Corporation. It has a symbol in the corner. The name is this Ilaxel.
Gesundheit.
Yeah, I know. And there is actually a photo of what seems to be a like the black and white photo of a lizard folk actually, but like with some very fancy feathers on the back of their head, like its hair.
This is the person we're gonna talk to, or
They look at you and just have you not been given a business card before?
I have. I'm just never mind. Hey, if you happen to hear that somebody named Grimmel comes through, can you let us know, please? They were the other one that came through the portal with us,
I,
and
of course,
they left with us when we went to go get Rava here.
they nod and they took a
But
note.
we had to separate.
And as you guys like head to the nearest stairs and head on up, uh, you see Grimmel in like the main atrium, sweating bullets, and like
God, did they run?
yes, and like looking around as they're led to the hostile area. As Grimmel comes in with a hustle and like looking around, Referami, you pick up on this immediately as Grimmel just gathering everyone's attention again, just like walks right up to you and Melanie with the worst vibes. Hey, like they put down their box of personal effects. Uh, where did you get the ramen? Like Melanie just points to the fridge, and they just
Just over there.
they go and they grab a bin of something and just grab a spoon and they just start eating it. And you guys notice this is not ramen. This is somebody's leftovers.
God. Do they have the equivalent of Gatorade in this fridge?
No, they probably have iced coffee though.
Yeah, no, I need something that will actually hydrate this dude after that run and him eating something that probably has a lot of salt.
Yeah, and like the
Get salt and mix it with water to make salt water.
immediate
That's like half a
vomit.
Gatorade right there.
Anyway, Carthon, and then you see Carthon and Kalius like walk in much more calmly behind them.
I'll
I'll
still
just
grab a
wave
bottle of
over.
water and just give it to Grimmel.
You grab a bottle of water from the fridge and they drink it down.
So, I take it based on how you bolted from that place after you got your stuff, something happened.
Oh, I saw Haida, and they talked to me, and they asked me how I was doing, how they were a little bit confused on where I disappeared to, and I was very uh, polite, bit my tongue a little bit, and I once I had the chance to grab all my stuff and go out, I took no chances.
Hmm. Hey, are there any like magicians here who could maybe cast detect magic on our friend here? Because I have a suspicion about something.
Uh, Carthan, that's a weird request. Is everything all right?
Look, I saw Hyde, and I'm certain he tried to cast some kind of tracking spell on Rava. She was just barely able to shrug it off, and that was kind of a special circumstance. I'm wondering if the same thing might have happened to a
Uh,
Grimmel here.
Hey, is that why you had Rava run through those alleys that way?
Yeah.
uh, One individual
Right.
seems to be like a female human comes up and just hi. Uh, this entire building is covered in non-detection
Oh.
sigils.
Okay. I guess that's good then. I guess moot point.
The collection corporation is very much a big proponent of privacy because a lot of our clients need to know information discreetly.
Okay, that's the building. What about the surrounding area? Because if somebody's tracking somebody and it suddenly disappears once they enter a particular building, kind of easy to guess what building they went to.
Well, it doesn't matter at this point, even if so,
Uh,
because this would have already
Still, the
happened.
fact that that creepy asshole actually did that, I wasn't being paranoid then. He was giving me bad vibes.
Yeah.
Grimmel is just sweating and just like fuck, 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 fuck.
It's all right, Grimmel, you didn't know, and I might be being too paranoid anyway because you know.
That's
No,
it.
no,
That's it.
no offense. I feel like we're the ones who he really wants out of character because like we have levels and Grimmel I don't think does.
Grimmel
No, but Grimmel's still loose ends.
Grimmel is
No, that's
going
also
to
And you know what happens to loose ends.
Grimmel for the next 10 minutes is going to have a slight panic attack. And I'm sort of cutting this short because I don't want to narrate this, but they give what they believe to be very incriminating evidence to this woman. They like go through like all the projects they've ever worked on. They go through all the details. They talk about some shady stuff that's happened at the whale repository that is just like mainly like gossip and rumors. They just unload everything. Like a few people were interested in like taking notes, but then like once he gets to like the end of everything, it's only just the woman paying attention and just a nod and it's like, well, thank you for the information. If there's corruption, if this leads to any sort of arrest or investigation, we will let you know. And the dwarf just like nods their head and like, I, I, and like looks to the rest of you. I'm not staying here in Uven. Uh, I, I'm gonna go to Rauge after a few days because I don't want to be here.
I don't blame you.
You,
Do you have
Kalius,
family or friends over there you could go to for help?
I have family there. They are engineers, and I was definitely the black sheep of the family, but I they would welcome me back. and not ask questions. Uh, Kalius,
Right, yeah.
I want to thank you. I don't know how I could have done this without you pushing me. Literally pushing me on multiple occasions.
Hey man, it's no thanks, Nita. I mean, I just did what anybody would have done.
No, no, you've done
And
more than that.
honestly, it's our fault you got caught up in all that anyway.
Uh, I. It is customary amongst my family that good deeds should be rewarded, and I would like to give you this. And they hand you the second edition print that they made of essentially a catalog of their entire work. Uh,
Not the box of turkey and cheese.
no, they're keeping that for themselves. Uh,
Fair.
but they hand you this book. Uh, they explain that it's like the culmination of all their work within the repository, and maybe it'll help you out. And you look through it, and it's essentially just a lot of fluff pieces. So you get a book of useless articles.
Oh, perfect.
Uh,
Are there any stuff like notes and margins and other things they might have written about?
yeah, no, this would be a polished copy. They would probably keep the original for
Okay,
themselves, but this is a polished copy. Honestly, a review copy that they probably had made for cheap. Uh,
got it.
but then they also mentioned the bookmark they left in there, and it is made of magical paper. Actually, it's not enchanted, but
Oh
it is
wow.
inscribed with dwarvish, and it and you do inspect it, and it is, in fact, worth 10 gold pieces.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
The It is very clear that the bookmark is worth more than the book itself.
Oh
So,
well,
but who knows? Maybe you can use the books.
you didn't have to, but still, thanks.
I
I'm sure there's something in here that might be useful.
I will say it is going to be, if you want to pull out the book and read and try to gather information that might be useful to the situation. There is a 1 in 10 chance.
I'll make that roll after we're done with this conversation. And actually, start reading the book.
I will say reading through the book does take a few minutes, so this is not something you can really do in combat. But if you need like something that might give you a hint, there is a chance that Grimmel's work might help you out.
But then yeah, I'll make that roll after the conversation finishes.
This is more like a per situation thing, but yeah. You also have that. Also make a note of that 10 gold piece bookmark. Please put that both in your inventory.
Got it. Inventory. Here we go. New miscellaneous.
All right. As Melanie has been watching this entire thing with Raph and just takes another sip of the noodles. And just honestly, you are able to pick up on because you are just so good at sensing motives. Uh, you are able to pick up. Oh, wait, sorry, not not reading emotions, but sensing motives. You're still very good at this. Referami, you're able to detect a little bit of bitterness from Melanie, like hearing this man just go full panic attack, and she's just keeping quiet and biting her tongue.
I'll just pat her on the shoulder.
Just takes another sip and just shakes her head. Like, and unless there's anything you guys wish to do, I mean, there are beds. You feel protected. Is there anything you wish to do?
Um, give me a sec. I'm still typing this up.
I would like to sleep, unless it's a trick question. Yeah, I suppose a nap couldn't hurt. Although I'm not actually sure if I need to take a short rest for anything. Let me check.
I mean,
Um,
Kalius definitely needs to take a long rest.
yeah, actually, yeah, no, I have all my hit points. It's just a matter of getting those. Yeah, I think the only thing I've used are a couple of exertion points, which I believe you get back on a short rest.
I believe.
All right, so yeah, I mean, I can just take a short rest, but if the other two are taking long rests, I may as well as well.
I am out of spell slots,
Oh,
so
well,
that
then
would
yeah,
probably
you
be a
definitely
good
need
idea.
one. So
Full
technically,
HP, but definitely add slots.
Then
I only
honestly,
need a.
I'm, I mean, you.
No, I'm fine with taking a long rest, but if others like want me to just do stuff while they wait around, understandably, I'd be happy to like try to go on like a I don't know.
A food run.
Yeah, or whatever. Not like on a solo mission, but if there's any like small stuff that needs handling, I'll handle it. Okay.
All right. Uh, well, the sleepy time goes by, and honestly, you guys do wake up during the night. But you guys are well rested. You've gained all your stuff back. Congratulations.
Yay.
Awesome.
As I get rid of, you know what? How do we rest? Long rest.
Where is the button to do the long rest?
It's
It's right by
it, below
your profile,
strife.
little campfire icon.
You have to
Got
lock
it.
your sheet
Found it.
first.
It is locked. Resting in a
Oh, yeah.
haven, recover for taking strife.
Yep.
Mhm.
All right, cool.
I'm.
And I would have said this before, but I was too busy typing. I would offer for Grimace will keep the dagger that Kalius gave him.
They will happily keep it. And as you guys all sleep off and grab your morning, actually, probably in the morning there'd just be like leftover baked goods that the Wydim Corporation gets from like local bakeries from the day before. So you guys all have like slightly stale like baked goods for breakfast.
Any deli meat?
A few investigators chuckle. You think we can afford that?
So we don't have to use supply in this instance.
No. They are.
Okay.
There is plenty of ramen. Uh,
Uh,
though,
like actual flashback to me in college.
yeah, you get the feeling like this is like where the junior investigators earn the like shake off their greenhornness. I don't know what I was saying there. It's where all the greenhorns go within the corporation.
Got it.
Got it.
Uh,
But yeah, you guys have to have breakfast. We'll go talk to this investigator we're told to go talk to.
Uh, yeah, and you head on you yeah you begin to ask around this Islotl individual, and like one person is willing to spend some time to lead you to the back offices, and as you do, you come by the extraplanar collector again, and you see Inquiry is just completely asleep on the chair, just outside of this chamber, just completely zoinked. And you head on back to Islottl's office, and as soon as the door opens, you are hit with the smell of like deep humidity. And as you guys all look inside, you see an office that is covered in botanical items, labels. And as you come inside, you notice that lizard individual look up and look to you guys. And they smile. And you also immediately notice the darkness in their eyes. That was not present in the business card.
Do they look older than they did in the business card?
Uh, no, actually. They stand on up, and they just simply say, "Hey, welcome. Please sit down." Uh, you know what? Uh, they like push the desk to the side, and they just sit on the ground. And it's at this point you realize there's really no other chairs for you to sit down on. As this lizard is just, pleasure to meet you guys. Carthon, Referami, Kalius, Melanie, and Grimmel? Uh, Wait, I thought Grimmel was with you guys. Uh,
Um, I, I guess he's still sleeping. I'm not sure.
oh well.
Yes, they came through with us, but they we let them sleep it off. They're not exactly used to the same type of stuff we go through, and them being with us was kind of an accident to begin with.
And Melanie just
So they're still asleep back in the crew chambers.
and Melanie just quietly spits out and like, at least he's alive. Yes, that. Yes, he is. Zlotl just speaks up and just. Well, I'm sure you must be wondering why I've invited you to my office. Like,
Yeah, I suppose I am wondering that.
Can I roll a vibe check on this guy?
you can try.
I'm not gonna bother. That might be a good idea, though. I'm sorry. What's this person's name?
I
Zlotl,
will
community
definitely try a
notes.
vibe check. Let's see.
Should probably,
Insight.
should probably.
Wait, is it pronounced Ixlotl? To me, it looks like Itaxel or something like that.
We will ask Eats how to pronounce that.
Okay, but it's the investigator from Wydim.
They are an They are seem to be a
Yeah.
higher up investigator.
Okay, all right. We're talking about the same person then. Okay.
And I rolled a 19 on the vibe check.
Uh,
Nice. And
they just seem to be. Both of you guys are able to pick up. They are extremely dramatic. They are.
And the whole Dead eyes thing.
You're not able to pick up on that. Referami, they're dead. They are undead.
Oh,
Well then.
Uh,
Okay.
but yeah, they're just being purposely dramatic. They don't seem to have any ill intent. Referami, you're able to pick up that they are living undead. That they have enough restraint not to murder you, so they don't seem to be a problem. How you feel about the
Okay.
undead is up to you.
Well, good thing Kalias doesn't know this then.
I think that upon realizing that they're undead, Ref Rami would just kind of just go stone face and have like a bit of a scowl to his face. Very much turned off by this guy.
I'm sorry, any viewers. I'm laughing at something our DM just put in our private chat.
Let me. Don't worry. I'm gonna just show it to. I will show this.
Well, minus the eye twitch, but yeah.
Anyway, you. Lotto just like is like waiting for you guys to like lean into like the dramaticness. Like, I guessing you guys are wondering why you guys are here.
well,
Uh,
we're here because he wanted us to be here. But yes, I suppose I am wondering.
Yes, you
Carthon's not very good at being dramatic, but he's trying to humor this person.
yes. I did call you here, and it is for a extremely important reason. Because I have learned that you guys are not just here as adventurers. You are here as adventurers with a cause. The cause of truth and perhaps to fight against the corruption that has harmed you.
Yeah, that's some pretty good insight. Yeah, that is more or less why we're here.
Trust me, there's a lot of people here that have been feeding me information, and last night I got a good read on you guys. And also, Miss Melanie, you do speak a little bit in your sleep. You might want to get that checked out. And like Melanie just like squeaks a little bit, hands over her mouth.
uh, I guess that's not as bad as sleep apnea.
Flashback to last night where there were multiple people audibly snoring in this hostel, but we come back to the current moment. Like Lotto just looks to you guys and just like, I'm here to gather you guys because there has been lots of issues since the fall of the first ring.
Well, would it have anything to do with the fact that we were sent to that other realm? Because we learned that we weren't the only ones who came through. There were two others.
Yes, and for personal privacy reasons, I do not feel comfortable telling you their identities. But they are individuals like yourselves who have felt wronged by something more than what the situation has made immediately apparent.
So they were also investigating the fall of the first ring.
I cannot confirm or deny. They say with a big ol' smile.
Does my insight check give me information on whether he is leaning one way or the other in that regard?
They are
That's
definitely.
corporate speak for yes, but I can't say it.
That is honestly exactly that, Carlos. Definitely lean towards confirming without saying confirming. Uh,
Kalius could pick up some of these tricks. He knows that some people back in the old guild said the exact same thing.
yeah, mainly to a lot of clients and a lot of family of clients who wanted information. Anyway, uh, they smiled like just. Here's what I can say for certain. We at Wydim are being overwhelmed with clients. Lots of people need things looked into. A lot of people need things investigated with the fall of the first ring. And I feel comfortable telling this to you. I think a lot of this is a distraction. I I do believe a lot of these people are being sent to our desks to waste our time. I'm
Hmm.
I also believe that if there is any sort of investigation by the Wydim Corporation, either the higher ups don't wish to investigate the fall of the first ring because of the amount of bad attention it could bring, or they're waiting for something so that they can strike and get into the room where everything happens.
And I guess it's safe to say that this is also happening with the other places who seem to not exactly be investigating what happened.
I'm not
And
entirely.
probably set.
I mean, I.
Sorry, you go ahead.
I mean, I would say that. I mean, the. I mean, what other places are you talking about?
Give me a sec. Well, there's the open based community college, the respiratory of the open mind. Those are the
Well,
places that we were told about.
the Uven based community college, they have been fighting against the government for years politically. If it wasn't for the fact of that their alumni have funded the community college for a very long time. And so if I think they just don't have the time with all this political stuff to devote resources to the first ring. If you want to go through the to the repository of the open mind, I get the feeling that it's a little bit more of a direct influence by the government. The magics they use are very closely regulated. And if we're looking for any sort of conspiracy, if the wrong memory gets into the repository, then the government is never going to be able to take it out.
So
Hmm.
basically, whatever caused the fall of the ring is also working to make sure the people who can properly investigate aren't, and the people who can muddy the waters are. Let me tell you, we weren't at the whale lounge for that long, but there were definitely clout chasers and tall tellers telling outright lies about what happened there.
I'm going to do something. Uh, bam. Uh, they look at you and
Bam,
just
bam.
they look the they look at you like nod like yeah the many producers of the whale. I'm sorry, the whale lounge repository is they're good entertainment, but it's so sensational. You can't pull any good information from them anymore. I remember back in the day that when they spoke the truth.
What was that, 100 years ago?
No, I just remember reading one of their articles that they published in their first month. Those were the days. Back when they didn't skimp out on paper.
If you say
Do
so.
we do you know how
Still,
long
getting
they've
back
been
to the
around?
main topic at hand.
Uh, they they'll probably say like the whale lounge repository has probably been around for like a few centuries. Most of these places are probably most of the places I mentioned to you. They are like Helios, the white whale lounge, Dolso, the Center of Indian Justice, the repository of the Open Mind, Wydim, and even the Uven-based community college. They've been around for quite some time, like since the establishment of uh, Uven. Probably the only one that's not been made recently, or I'm sorry, not been made, or sorry, that was established the most recently is probably Dolso University.
Gotcha. I figured they'd probably been around for a while. Just wanted to double check.
And I guess in a different way, the Helios International collective was made independent, but then bought out by the Rotel Group. So I guess that it has suffered a change of ownership. Anyway, so they look at you guys and just uh, unless you have the money to hire investigators, we can't really do much pro bono work right now. Otherwise, I'd recommend you guys head to the repository to clear out any blockages that might be stopping the right memories from coming in. Or go to Uven base to help them fight back against everything.
Oh, all right.
And
I mean, I'll take your word for it. I don't know if we have any better ideas in mind. At least I don't.
I
Uh,
mean, I'm sure if we get to the root of one problem, we could find the root of all the problems here.
if there's one thing that I've learned working here, if it isn't the simplest solution, there's always a strand of truth that leads us to what we need to know. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed my little spiel because this was like they look at their clock. That was my entire break.
I see. Well, yeah, I think we all get the picture.
Wait, how long were we in this room talking?
Uh, 10
Yeah,
Out
minutes.
of character.
10
like,
minutes.
10 minutes.
well,
You only get a
it's a
10
short
minute
lunch
break?
break.
Listen, I don't need break. I don't need to sleep.
Oh yeah, that makes sense actually. I guess I don't actually know that they're an undead.
I
Okay,
Anyway,
but common law still says you're supposed to get breaks.
supposed to, unless I don't want more than 10 minutes.
excellent point.
I have coffee and books to keep me awake.
So, insomniac workaholic.
Hey, if you're not an insomniac workaholic, are you actually a Wydim investigator?
Fair enough, just try not to kill yourself. At least before we could find out what's happening and report back to you.
They open their mouth, they shut their mouth, and then they open it again. Will do.
Chat, let me know if I'm being a bit too on the nose here.
I think you're being all right. Maybe, probably.
Again, out of character, I know, but in character, Kalias does it.
Yeah.
True.
Um, I think Ref through a slightly clenched jaw is just gonna say, I just have one question, a bit more of a personal question, if you wouldn't mind.
If we're doing personal questions, this is gonna be 1-to-1. I don't really like talking personal business, uh, in groups, if you don't mind.
Yeah, that's
If it's
fair.
ref, if it's personal, should we leave?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be
Fine.
happy to do that.
I think at this moment, Ref would realize that he was starting to clench his fist and just kind of relax his hands. Just take a breath. It'll be fine.
And
Okay.
Melanie looks up to you and like, are you sure?
It's okay. I'll be out in a minute.
Alright, we'll just be right outside.
Melanie gives you
I will wait just outside, just in case something goes wrong.
Melanie does give you a look of concern, but they
Yeah, pretty much.
they nod and walk on out.
I would have tilted my head like towards people as I was talking to them, but I would not have taken my eyes off of what's his name?
Uh,
Yeah,
uh,
what's his name?
Islotl.
Um,
They
as we walk outside, leaving Ref behind, Caleb just kind of looks at Melanie and Cartha like, that was weird, right?
yes.
I mean, on one hand, yes. On the other hand, this whole day has been very weird.
Well, you're not wrong there. It's just the guy's been feeling kind of off ever since we walked into the office.
And as the
I'm
door
sure it's nothing.
And as the door shuts, Izalotl just looks to you, Raph, and the smile dims.
How did you come to be what you are? Is this the work of another or your own? If you don't wish to answer, I understand.
Uh, I want you to make a charisma check here of some sort. I'll let you decide what it is.
For me asking him this,
Yes, and like
or
how you're presenting this. If you're trying to be more calm and using persuasion, or if you're being trying to be more forceful and make it intimidation, I'm letting you decide what, like, essentially between persuasion and intimidation.
I think I'm trying to keep myself pretty level. And I'm not trying to persuade him. Like I said, I'm just asking if he doesn't want to answer, that's fine. But I would say I'm just trying to gain like insight on what kind of a creature he is. Like, so out of character, I'm trying to find out, did they do this to themselves? Or did somebody else do this to him and he's just dealing
Yeah,
with the hand he's got, basically?
and
So,
that's why I'm like, if
yeah.
because
I'm not trying to intimidate him or persuade.
if you just want this to make this a straight charisma check, you can do that because this is you are going really deep really quickly.
hmm Understandable. I think I'll go with persuasion. Like I'm trying to get an answer out of him, but I'm not trying to force it out of him.
Got it.
Um, and even I don't know what that role is, so you do with that what you will.
It says it on the chat. They look at you and smile like, "Well, I chose to be an investigator. This is what I'd love to do." Nobody chose this but me. Hell, if for any of us, if we didn't choose this, well, we wouldn't need to be here.
You know I didn't mean investigator, but that's fine. Good day. And I'll turn and walk out.
Nope. Uh, in general, if you guys see in the chat, roles that are definitely not by the character, that's just me rolling for an NPC. If I have Referami or Kalius clicked on that, just assume I'm not meeting them because they people roll for themselves. Anyway, they
Got it.
more just saying to the chat. Uh, and as you walk on out in this tense moment, heading out with at least some information, particularly at least why Wydim is not helping out. I think we're gonna end the session here.
All right. Well, I had
That
a
was
very
a
fun
good
time.
question.
Yeah, thank you for running it, Paul. I had a wonderful time.
Happy you guys
Yeah,
enjoyed it.
definitely.
And I only had to cause one crisis of faith.
It
So
was
you
worth it.
did your obligated obligation as a game master.
Listen, I didn't know it was going to
He
happen.
did what he
Really,
had to. He did what he had to as a game master. I did what I had to do as cleric.
I mean, as
We all
refer,
have our roles to play.
as referami. Anyway,
Yeah.
Are we still recording?
we are still recording, and as such, you
Okay.
guys take care. Chat, take care. Enjoy your evenings, and hopefully, we will play at the regularly scheduled
in 10
time.
days.
Hopefully, 10 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, we apologize for the weird update.
Anyway, good night, guys.
But yeah,
Bye.
good
Good
night.
night,
See you
everybody.
guys,
Good night.
see you guys next time.